Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is another roll of 35mm film that I have recently had developed and had back. I'm using my new DubleFilm point and shoot camera. It's just one of the cheaper kind of toy cameras, but it's a relatively new one that they've just brought out, and I am really liking it actually. It's very easy to use, and I did get quite a few pictures back that were pretty decent. I used Kodak Gold 400 ISO film. The weather has been very cold in the UK recently, very snowy, which has actually meant that the days have been quite light and the sky's been that very white, bright colour, even though it hasn't actually been that sunny. So there has been a bit more light in the images. Sometimes what you end up with is the image itself gets a bit overexposed as a result when the sky is very white. Because this is one of the cheaper cameras, there really aren't any settings. It is just point and click and you get whatever image you get pretty much. So you can't really adapt to the changing light levels. You just have to hope that there's enough light, because these cameras tend not to work very well in low light conditions. So I took a couple of images in the house and they didn't come out really at all. They're just kind of grey blurry blobs, but all the ones that I took outside actually came out pretty well. These are just some walks that we went on with my boyfriend and also baby boy. I did get a few other images of the baby, which are quite cute, although he wasn't always in the best mood on his walk, so there are some tears, but I just don't really want to include all of them on the internet, so I've only included I think just maybe 1 or 2 pictures of him in the video. But I do quite like this selfie of me actually. One of the rare occasions that I've actually done my hair into a plait and not just in a mess. Not that you can really tell it much with my hat on, but it just kind of works. As a selfie, it's kind of alright. Most of the images are the landscapes of the local area where we live, which I must have taken about 1 million pictures of by now because of all the walks we've done during lockdown. We are still in lockdown in the UK, so it has been a bit frustrating, but the snow that came did mean it was a nice change of pace to be able to get out on basically the same walk, but to see the scenery looking quite different when it was all underneath a blanket of snow. So that was quite nice. Yeah, so the camera itself is very easy to use. It's very lightweight and compact. It comes in a nice little case. There is no lens cap, which boyfriend doesn't like. Oh, this is a picture I took accidentally. It's kind of hard when you're carrying a baby on your front, a big heavy baby, and then you're trying to take pictures as well. I was quite surprised actually that they all came out so well, because he likes to kick his legs around, which then causes me to shake a little bit when I'm taking the image, but obviously it's just quite a quick shutter speed, so that's another reason why you need as much light as possible, as much daylight as possible, or really bright lights I guess on inside. And there is a flash on the camera, but I didn't use it. Flashes don't tend to really do very much outside, and inside they just irritate everyone, don't they? So you can see the snow, and you can also see that as a result it's a little bit overexposed. The sky is very, very white and light, and that kind of blends into the rest of the scene. It almost looks like it's shot on black and white film, but you know, it's the same roll of film, it's the same colour 400 ISO film. It just looks totally different with the snow and the change of the weather. But that's kind of what I mean. This is pretty much the same landscape. It's a little bit different. It's not along the canal, it's along some fields, but it's very similar area. But it does look very different under the snow, so that was quite nice. And so this was a walk that I went on with my little baby boy, and he cried for most of it, but he did seem to like looking at the sheep, and he did seem to like looking around at everything that was going on. Unfortunately for him, there wasn't that much actually happening. I think he would prefer the canal walk, where there are lots of people who smile at him all the time and he smiles back apparently. I don't know because I can't see his face, but everyone says that he's a very smiley baby. But I just wanted something a little bit different, and also we are supposed to be avoiding people because we are in lockdown because of COVID. But yeah, I am really pleased actually with this roll of film that came back, and also pleased because it was February, and normally winter is not a great time for analog 35mm or any analog photography, particularly with the cameras that I use, which are the more basic ones where you don't really get a lot of options to accommodate lower light levels apart from the flash. So I am really pleased, and will continue to use this camera. Let me know in the comments if you've also bought the DubleFilm camera. Let me know if you've used any of the DubleFilm films, because I think I've used one, but I can't remember, so it can't have made much of a difference to the images that I got back. Or maybe it's still stuck in one of my cameras and I've not actually had the real film developed yet, I don't know. But let me know if you use any of their more like novelty films. If you have liked the video, please go ahead and give me a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Up to over 500 subscribers now, which is amazing, so thank you very much. Let's keep that going to get up to 1,000, please.